What up, people? It's your boy Marv and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Folks, it's Labor Day weekend. Your boy got himself a nice holiday weekend from work. I'm sure y'all do too. So I don't got work again until Tuesday. I'm in a good mood, feeling great. Just knowing that summer is steadily ending. It's coming to an end. We're in our last few weeks of summer. August ends this weekend. And it should feel like a bad thing from a summer's perspective, but on a better perspective, this is a great thing. And I'm going to tell you why, because what this means is that a lot of our fall programming is soon approaching and we are getting ready to either see some new seasons of shows or we're getting ready to say goodbye to some shows. One such show, which we are going to cover in this video, is the legendary TV show for the hood, Power. Now, if you've never seen Power before, this is a good chance to binge. This is a good time to start. No time like the present. If you have seen Power before, you already know where I'm coming from with this. Power is a legendary show, good for the hood. People love it. You know, like it's a legendary show. 50 Cent, hell of a job. Courtney Kemp, hell of a job. Yeah, it's not perfect. It had its ups and downs, but it still found a way to make not one, not two, not three, but 4 compelling stories with one more on the way, and one such story that was supposed to happen never happened. The show's been around for 10 years. It started back in 2014 and has been going strong since then, expanding to create its own universe of shows in and out of its realm of stories. And again, if you haven't seen the show, long story short, it's about a man named James St. Patrick, but in the streets, they call him Ghost because he is able to just get anywhere he needs to get without getting noticed. He can kill you just like that. You won't even know he's there. And he's quiet. One of the stealthiest gangsters in the game. Drug dealer turned family man. Grew what? Three beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying? And he just goes through the ups and downs of building an empire and watching that empire crumble because he traded most of it for the love of his life, which wasn't even his wife, a whole nother woman named Angela Valdez. And this woman is a federal prosecutor. So she works for the government. And because of that, they can't really, it's like a nice little Romeo and Juliet almost kind of story where it's like, or no, what was it? West Side Story, something like that, where it's like he can't date her because of the people that she represents. And he is not supposed to date her because of the world that he represents. They're on two opposite sides of the world, and opposites always attract. So take with that what you will, but the rest of it is just a crazy story of twists, turns, murder, betrayal, and of course, drug selling. So a lot of crime is being committed. So at the end of the day, this is always the funniest. One thing I want to say before I continue is that crime shows are the funniest shows to me because of the premise. The premise is that the main character is a drug dealer and he or she is a criminal. And we're rooting for this criminal to succeed. We're rooting for this criminal to become the best at what they want to do, whether it's drug dealing or being a gangster, or whatever the case may be. We're rooting for them to do this. And when the cops come in and do their actual job, whether it's good or bad, we always sit there and go, man, why they always hating? Why they be hating on my man Ghost? Because they're doing their job. They're the cops. We always look at them as they're the bad guys. Like a lot of shows that involve people playing the role of a bad guy, we always root for them. It's crazy. So, the reason I'm bringing all that up is to say that at the end of the day, Power is a part of our universe in the hood. Power is a part of the culture. You know, we've grown to love it. We've treated these characters as like real life people. One of the characters on there named Raina, that's James St. Patrick's daughter. She dies. Spoiler alert. There's going to be a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the show and you want to see it, this might not be the video for you. I ain't going to hold you. It's going to be a lot of spoilers. But anyway, She dies, and people was really hitting her up like, "Oh, girl, oh my god!" And she's like, "Dude, I'm told the person who's playing her is totally fine." As well as Tariq, who's also Ghost's son, did a lot of questionable things that people wasn't really feeling, and because of that, they was writing him like death threats, hate mail, all types of crazy stuff. And the real actor, Michael Rainey Jr., was like, "Dude, it's just a show. Relax. I didn't really do those things. Calm down." So those things make me laugh. But like I said, any show that's a crime show, whether it's Breaking Bad or Prison Break or this show, The Wire, we're always rooting for the criminals who are technically, in most cases, the bad guy. No matter what, like they're usually the bad guy. And when the cops are actually doing their job very well, we are scared that they're going to get caught. When in reality, we should be like, well, yeah, you deserve to get caught. You killed a lot of people. You sold drugs to the community. Like, yeah, you're not really a good person. But be that as it may, we know it's a TV show, so we know that we're supposed to be rooting for this character. So here we are. So because of that, and because of my love for Power, one thing that Power actually did, which I actually respect that they did, is they made their own award show for the universe of the show. They did nominations and stuff like that, and it was a really, really good show. And I think it was hosted by, I want to make sure I'm saying her name right, Latoya Tonedo. I'm pretty sure I'm saying her name right, but yeah, it was hosted by her. And what she did was she just announced the winners, the nominees, and stuff like that, and it ended up working out very, very well. It was like, Latoya Tonodale, because I always want to make sure I ain't disrespecting nobody's names. She plays on another show of Powers called Ghost, which is not about the actual James St. Patrick. It's about his son. It's a spinoff show about what happens in the future. I'm not going to explain all of that, but you just got to watch it to understand how we get to a show about his son. That's it. So she plays one of the people on the show, and she plays a very heavy part in the show. But the show is, it's universally loved. I'm sure it probably plays overseas and people love it too. And it's had so many different stars in it, from 50 Cent himself to Omari Hardwick. We had, God, what's that dude? Turtle from Entourage. He plays a lawyer. And that now has Mary J. Blige in it. We've had cameos from people like Lala. She played in it. And Kendrick Lamar had a little cameo in there. Method Man and Redman was in it. Method Man is still in it. So it was a lot of different cameos and appearances and so much other stuff. Joey Badass, a lot of different hip hop artists are in it. A lot of different actors is in it, like Michael Ealy. So it's definitely gotten to a point where people want to be in it. The only thing that sucks is that outside of one show, which is the prequel series about one of 50 Cent's characters, we know that there was a show about Ghost's best friend called Force. That show is on its last season. They're ending the story. Currently, right now, the show about his son called Ghost, that's ending. It's on its last season. There was supposed to be a show about another guy on there who's a pretty crooked politician. That one is not even going to happen. And the original Power series, the series that started it all, has already ended and has been over for the past several years. So we're at a point where we're running out of shows about Power. We're going to have like one other show that we know of. And both of them are basically set in like the 90s, early 2000s. They're prequel series. So with this Power Choice Awards show, it really did a really good job just like capturing what we loved about Power and how much we really rocked with Power. Some people fell off the boat, but it's cool. Everybody can't be on the bandwagon. Sometimes you get off. You say, this is my stop, and that's okay. But I hope you enjoyed the ride. So with that being said, we're going to do a very, very, very special edition of Facts or Fuck Out of Here. Now, as you've probably seen in some of my last few videos that I've done, these are basically just lists or awards where basically we just dissect and see like, did that deserve to go to the right winner and who should it have been? And in the universal language of the hood, when somebody agrees with something, we say facts. And when somebody disagrees with something, we say fuck out of here. Especially New Yorkers. We known for that. As a New Yorker, hear it almost all the time. So we're going to go through these awards. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say all the nominees. What I am going to do is somewhere up in the screen that you're watching right now, whether you're on the TV, phone, whatever, You will see the nominees next to me while I'm talking, and I'll just tell you who won, and we'll say if it was facts or fuck out of here. So here we go. But again, big shout out to everybody that made that show possible, because at the end of the day, like, it's a good show. And big shout out to the awards. They even like acknowledged, which I'm actually not going to cover because that has nothing to, I didn't really care about it. It has nothing to do with the show's universe. But they acknowledged a lot of content creators who showed love to the show of Power, which is, that's fine. That's respect. But I'm not covering that because that's not important to me. No disrespect. So here we go. We got most villainous person. In this case, this is their MVP because, like I said, it's a lot of bad guys on this show. And again, these awards are being in no specific order. If you want to see the actual awards, they're on YouTube. You could look it up. It came out like earlier on Friday morning. Anyway, the winner of most villainous person was Andre. I'm going to say, fuck out of here. If you see the nominees that I have here for this, I just want to say that those, like, a lot of them, maybe not Jannard, but definitely like Noma and Ronnie. I thought it should have been Ronnie. Noma is bad, but Noma is starting to show cracks. Ronnie was bad through and through. Ronnie was so bad that Kanan couldn't even stand it no more and had to do the job, had to take him out. So at the end of the day, I think it should have went to Ronnie. Ronnie was a viral villain. Like, everybody was dressing up for him, like dressing up like him, because he had the glasses. He had this like ominous stare, like just really scary stare where it was like, dude, stop looking at me. It was weird, but that's what villains do. Supposed to be threatening. So I thought Ronnie should have won this award. I don't think it should have been Dre, because there was a certain point where Dre started getting scared for his life, which is also very villainous because villains do get cowardly from time to time. But it was kind of corny. Like, he was so on and off as a villain, and then he was getting punked by Kanan and punked by Ghost. And like, what kind of villain were you? You're just a person that's just trying to stay alive, and he had a daughter, so he's trying to stay alive for his kid. And I was like, cool. Ronnie had nothing. He came out of jail with nothing. He had nothing to lose, everything to gain, and he did it by any means necessary. And the first thing he wanted to do when he got out of jail was like, yo, we need to kill Rock and haul her family. Okay, you just got out of jail, bro. That should have been the villain, but I'm gonna say fuck out of here for that one. Couple goals, which was the best actual couple in a relationship on this list. That one went to Ghost and Angela. When I look at the list, I'm going to say facts. There was close second for me was Tommy and Lakeisha. Reek and Lauren maybe, but Tommy and Lakeisha definitely. Because it made Tommy go so crazy that he chased Tasha down in a whole nother show. My man left Power, went to do Force. Before he went to do Force, went to Ghost to kill Tasha. He was the bad guy of season 1 of Ghost. He was one of the bad guys. Like, it's crazy. So at the end of the day, yeah, but Ghost and Angela, their love was the reason that Power was so crazy for several seasons. It was crazy. Everything up until how their relationship ended, when you see it, is crazy. It led and drove a lot of different narratives. So for that reason alone, I'm going to say facts. It's one of the craziest love stories in television history. Best lawyer. Now, this one was funny because there's really only 2 lawyers you can vote for. Sachs, yes, and there was, forgot what that one lady's name was. There was a lawyer at the very, very beginning of Power, as a black lady. Oh, I forgot her name. It's going to escape me. She should have been in this nomination too. But actually, there was 4 lawyers. I think it was Cooper or whatever. Like, there was another black lawyer, Silver. Yeah, there was Silver. There was a black lady before him. Like, they should have been there too. But it is what it is. So it was really between 2 lawyers, Davis McLean and Proctor, which was Ghost lawyer. This one went to Davis McLean. Now, this one is a toss-up because Proctor also was a very good lawyer too, because he did everything in his power to keep Ghost and Tommy from being in jail. That was his one job. Now, the reason why he didn't get this award is because he failed. Why? Granted, Tommy went to jail, but he got Tommy out. Ghost went to jail. he couldn't get Ghost out because in the trial they used against him the fact that like he was cool with Ghost or some shit like that. And that's when Silver came in and Silver got Ghost out, but it was through Proctor's help. So for that reason, Davis kept Tariq out of jail when Tariq should have went to jail. He kept that man from getting locked up when he should have got locked up. So even though Tariq went in there, he got him right out. And he helped get Effie from getting killed. So he did some good things. The only thing he couldn't do was because it was family member, he couldn't get his brother out of prison. And then when his brother did get out of prison, he went crazy and killed somebody. I can't say who for spoiler purposes, but it was wild. It was wild. So yeah, I'm going to say facts. Davis McLean, Method Man, did a good job as the lawyer. This one was content creator. So like I said, we're not talking about that. Ride or Die. So this was the best loyalty in a character. And that one went to Tommy. Again, I'm going to say facts, although the closest second on this one is Brayden. All of them are pretty good, though. Like, that one was a tough one, too. But Tommy has shown loyalty time and time again to Ghost, even when he wanted to kill him. And even at a moment when he really wanted to kill somebody else, he couldn't because Ghost told him, don't do it, let him go, for personal reasons. So Tommy has shown a lot of loyalty. Now that Tommy's running his own organization, the loyalty's kind of wavering. That's why I thought about that. Brayden went out of his way to save Tariq when Tariq was gonna get killed. So that one right there was like, it was right there. But I guess it wasn't enough. And Jukebox too, which is Kanan's cousin. But in the end, we seen when that loyalty got hurt. So yeah, I'm gonna say facts on that one too. We got funniest character. Now, funniest character. This one was also a unanimous one. This one went to Marvin. Now, 2-Bit and Spanky, which is, I know it sounds funny. These are just henchmen's names. Every henchman is always going to be like, what should we do now, boss? Every henchman is going to be like that, but this was more in a hood sense, and they were funny. But Uncle Marvin was good. That's Kanan's uncle in the show Raising Kanan, which is a prequel series. Now, not picking him because he has the same name as me. I'm picking him because he was funny. I'm not picking him because the actor in real life is a comedian. I'm picking him because he was funny. He had moments where he did make me laugh in a show that I shouldn't be laughing. And he still had time to kill people. So, body people. I shouldn't say kill. Excuse me. But he made it work. He made it work. So, yeah, I'm going to say facts on that too. So far, so good. So far, so good. So we have Gone But Not Forgotten. Now, this was to a person on the show who actually died on the show. And we're just saying that, like, that joint still hurts us. It had us just hitting us hard. Like, I still can't believe this person's gone. Now, this one was crazy because I should also mention, I forgot to mention, the powers that be at Power, no pun intended, they didn't pick these winners. This was voted by fans of the series, people who wanted to vote for who they felt should get these awards, the characters. And they gave this one to Proctor, Ghost's lawyer, when it should have went to Ghost's daughter, Raina, because that one came out of nowhere. Now, she was really standing up to her brother in front of a goon in the middle of the night, basically, at a school party when she shouldn't have been there. Well, in the back. What I'm trying to say is she was in an area of the school where she shouldn't have been at a school party where there was no other faculty members, and there was this one goon dude who was looking to kill her brother, and she tried to stand up for her brother. Admirable at best, but she should have realized I should just go and get help and then come back and talk my trash. And then she got bodied. So now that one hit me hardest because I didn't think the goon was going to do it. I thought at the worst, he was going to probably like pistol whip her. And I know that sounds bad either way, but geez, at least she would have just healed. Instead, boom, she didn't come back. But it changed the whole point of the show. Proctor dying was just like, yeah, he knew what he was getting into. He knew he was defending two high-class criminals. And if he ever failed at his mission of defending them, he knew this was going to happen. He knew. He always prepared for this day. And when it came, he still prepared. It just didn't really work out in his plan. So that's why I think it's fuck out of here. I think it should have went to Raina. Zeke also, because Zeke was like, Zeke's was crazy because This was a kid who was destined to go to the NBA. He was destined. And his mother, who kept saying that she was his aunt for fucked up reasons, was trying to get him to get to the draft immediately so he can get out of the situations that they were in. And he got caught into it and died. He should have won that because my man was about to go to the A. He was about to go to NBA and be a star. And unlike most black dudes, his dreams ended right there. It was straight Boys in the Hood style, straight Ricky. Anyway, biggest op, which in this case, if you don't know what an op is the opponent, the opposition. It's the villainous person in this case. So let's see. This one went to Cooper Saxe. Yes, I'm going to say facts. There were a few others that I felt should have been, like Blanca Rodriguez, who was one of the other cops. But Cooper Saxe was such a villain that Cooper was trying to get Ghost. And then after Ghost's story ended, he went after Ghost's son. Tried to get Tommy too, but Tommy left. But he went after Ghost's son. So my man was a villain in 2 different shows. Even when he was helping Tariq, he still was trying to get Tariq in jail. So he was a big villain because my man's villainous actions carried through 2 generations of power. Let's just put it that way. Blanca's too, but Blanca's wasn't as strong. Stacey Marks also was a really close one. Again, if you don't know Power, this ain't the video for you. If you know Power, this is a wonderful video for you because you know what I'm talking about. All right, Flyest Fits. This one went to the person who had the best outfits on each show. That one went to Monet, who's played by the legendary Mary J. Blige, the queen herself. I don't really know much about women's outfits to really critique them like that, but I will say that she always did dress for a person who was like, she was also a drug dealer. She did dress like a drug dealer with money, but she always dressed in an occasion where it was like, running ain't gonna be for you, sis. It's not gonna happen for you. So I'll give her that. Or her and Diana, they always did look very beautiful. Diana plays her daughter, who she's her daughter. All right, next, standing on business. So this is a person that no matter what task they were given in the show, they always got it done, no matter what the cost. That went to Kane, who plays on the Ghost series. Now, Kane, that is true. My man Kane, the actor who plays Kane is a beast because I've seen him play Bobby Brown several times and he did a very good job playing Bobby Brown. But my man always got the job done. Marvin also was another person who got the job done too. But Kane definitely, he didn't care who he was doing it for. If he wanted to do it, he was going to do it. And it was going to get done. So that's facts. That's facts. Monet, I'll give her facts too for Flyest Fits, I should have said. But standing on business definitely goes to my man's right there. Kane. Kane is a gangster. Should have pleaded the fifth. Now, this one is to the person who should have just told because since they didn't tell, they ended up dying anyway. So it was one of those, this is a funny nomination because it's just to say like, hey, if you would have died if you told. So you might as well just told because we killed you now that you didn't tell. Because we thought you were going to tell. That happens in every crime movie. You know, when a person's like, I didn't tell, I swear I didn't tell. They already don't trust you. So now you have to go because they need peace of mind to know that you didn't tell. And if you did tell and they were right, they were glad that they took you out themselves. This one went to Lakeisha Grant, which was played by the lovely Lala. Now, her situation was a great one. So I'm going to say facts because we didn't know if she actually told. They showed her talking to the cops and she didn't really tell at that time, but she signed something for the cops to say that like she wasn't telling or something like that. And long story short, her friend found out, took her out. So the craziest part is we don't really know if she actually told or not. She could have been telling the truth to her friend and was like, I never said a word. But we'll never know because she gone, but not forgotten. Done hit my mic because I'm so hyped about Power. Couple more here. So we got chess, not checkers. Now this one is to basically the smartest character on Power. A character who's so smart that he's always several steps ahead. Or she. This one actually went to Ghost. Now, Tariq, obviously, as his son, is going to be nominated. And it made sense. And that is cool. And I could have seen him winning it. Or maybe Rock as well. Even Monet was kind of cool. I don't know why they nominated Tommy. Tommy was smart, but his smarts came because Ghost was his best friend and he was smart. But Ghost, again, is the reason that all of these events are happening outside of Raising Kanan. So Ghost is a very smart person. Every time we watch the show, every time we thought a villain got the drop on him, he had the drop on them already. And my man was so cocky and so arrogant that he was right. It was hilarious. He was petty. My man was naturally petty on the show because he was so smart and so calculating at what he could do that you knew he was going to do it. By the last season of his story, you sat there and was like, man, I already know what's about to happen. He going to flip the script on him again. Just watch. And then you turn around and was like, I told you flip the script on him. And that's what he did. So that's facts. He was definitely the smartest person in the show. He was light. He was the live action light, a black dude. Just he didn't have a death note. But his death note was basically his burner. Anyway, lastly, the favorite moment that broke Black Twitter. So for those of you who are on Black Twitter, you know this was talked about so many times. So we got to bring it up. Now, there's different ones that happened here. And like I said, you'll see the nominations next to me. But I feel like the actual one that they picked, spoiler alert, is how Ghost died in the first place, which was he got killed by his own son. His only son killed him in cold blood, shot him. They also have Tommy, who's Ghost's best friend, killing Angela, Ghost's true love. And they had, in the prequel series, Unique, was another character played by Joey Badass, who we all thought he was dead. He came back to life at the very last second in the season finale of their last season. And there was Diana, Monet's daughter, who basically told everybody off at the table what's really going on. Now, that one I felt should have won because she basically broke the whole honesty to everybody. Let Monet know that she's been lying to everybody. Let her dad know that she had a secret affair with another man. And with that secret affair, they birthed a child. That child is actually Zeke. Zeke is not Diana's cousin. Zeke is Diana's brother. So it just opened so many doors, and Monet was ready to beat the crap out of her daughter. But she had to realize, like, the truth is the truth. This was crazy. And a lot of things went down. So I thought that was crazy. Tariq killing Ghost, it was like, the signs were there. You just had to pay attention. Ghost was telling stories about what he had to do in order to step up. And Ghost was also like, just punking his son every single time. The guy put a gun in his son's face while his son was sleeping. Woke up to a gun because his son set him up for Tommy to try to kill him. So it was like, at that point, it was like, you kind of know this is going to happen. You kind of know it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it was just like, yo, this was really, really crazy. But at the end of the day, he did kill his dad, which was very shocking because a lot of people, they gave us a lot of different people that could have killed his dad, but it was him. Once he saw Ghost do this to he did this to his mom. He didn't see her, but he did this to his mom, which went viral. And at the same time, he put his hands on his mom. That usually makes a son turn up and go off anyway. So it made sense. The story was cool. Did it shock me? A little. But I don't know. Diana reading everybody at the table to me was very, very shocking. Maybe also Tommy killing Angela. So they all were toss-ups. These were good toss-ups. So I'll say facts to that. Did I say facts to the other stuff? I think I was just too hyped when I went through everything. Yeah, Chestnut Checkers, I said facts. Yeah, should have pleaded the fifth, I said facts. Yeah. So, yes. So again, this is another cool, it's not even a list. It was just award winners. But anyway, if you haven't seen Power, you got to see Power. It's a good show. And before it goes off the air, check it out. When we talk, especially in the hood, especially in our culture, black culture, hip hop culture, when we talk about a lot of these shows for the culture, especially these type of crime stories, you know, one of the greatest crime stories is always Breaking Bad. It's Better Call Saul, Narcos. You know, there's a lot of different ones, but when it comes to black culture, we don't have a strong amount, you know? The Wire is still regarded as one of the best series. That's one of our ones. After The Wire, how many more are you really, really, really talking about, right? There's not a lot of other ones that you're really going out here saying, yo, did you ever see this show? Did you ever see that show? I can't even recall off the top of my head several other shows about crime, drugs, and stuff like that. that was actually that successful outside of The Wire. So for Power to do that, it may be the spiritual successor, but it's still one of the greatest crime shows on television, not just for black culture, but for overall culture. So I salute you, 50 Cent, Courtney Kemp, everybody at Power who made that show what it is for 10 whole years. That's another thing. A decade of decadence, a decade of just greatness being done there. It's amazing. So I salute you for what you did. And these awards are pretty cool. Shout out to the content creators that they showcased. Whether they won or lost, it's still dope because that puts them on a better platform. You should have used Nerds in the Hood, just saying. But we're going to come back with another video soon because your boy got to go do some cookouts this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Labor Day weekend. Football's coming up. A lot of other things is in the pipeline. So, again, Power is coming back next week with the last season of the story of Tariq Go's son. So I can't wait to see that. When it ends, we're going to definitely cover that, talk about it. And go from there. And in the meantime, between time, make sure you catch us on all social media. Follow us. We will have our link tree in the description. Once you click on it, it will show you all the social media we are currently on. And you can subscribe to any one of them anytime you want and check out all the content we have on there. But until next time, I'm going to catch y'all later. You know what I forgot to mention? Power also, real quick, Power also has one of the greatest TV show theme songs of all time. Not hot take, putting it out there, one of the greatest. I'm not gonna put it up there with the Jeffersons or maybe even, I don't know, fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's up there. It's up there. When you rank it, maybe top 100, top 50, it's up there. 50 Cent and Joe, great collaboration. It's so good that he tried to make another version of the song with Trey Songz, and people immediately requested the original version. So they still use the original version for the show about his son. So just saying, it's a good joint. They have other joints with 50 Cent on there. They have 50 Cent got like 2 other songs on there for Tommy's joint and for his prequel series. But hey, just saying what I know. Like I said, we're gonna catch y'all next time. Enjoy your holiday weekend, y'all. Peace.